Today's episode of the BS Podcast brought to you by SeatGeek, our presenting sponsor, the only fan-friendly app for buying and selling tickets for sports and music. It's Halloween, last day of October. But that doesn't mean we didn't have a great run of baseball, hockey, basketball, NFL, and college football, and you needed SeatGeek, and you're going to need it next month too. Drop your old ticket app. Use one built for 2016. Buy tickets, enter stadiums on your phone. Download the free SeatGeek app or go to SeatGeek.com. We're also brought to you by Sling TV, the best way to watch live TV on your favorite device with Sling Orange service. Pay just $20 a month and get ESPN, ESPN2, and more top channels. Plus, add the Sports Extra for just $5 to watch SEC Network and more. Start watching for 7 days free at sling.com/Bill Simmons. Restrictions do apply. Check out theringer.com right now. October is our wheelhouse month. Sports, pop culture, playoffs, you name it. Subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get links to pieces mailed right to your email box. And check out reruns and re-airs of Any Given Wednesday on HBO, HBO Go, and HBO On Demand. New episode Wednesday, 10 p.m. Let's do this.
Yeah. Clear enough for you? All right. Yeah.
Oh, man. This is it for Tupac. This is our last podcast with that song.
We say that every week, though.
This really is, though. This is the last one. We're going to picture him rolling from afar on iTunes. I would highly recommend buying the Tupac Greatest Hits album. Whole bunch of good stuff. His music has aged nicely 20 years later. Cousin Sal, you've also aged nicely.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you'd be a little more worse for wear after the Halloween party.
We had that Halloween party and went till like 2:30 in the morning, and then inexplicably I woke up for that Bengals-Redskins game. I didn't have money on it. I didn't have much. I think I had the Bengals kicker, but I slept 4 hours. And when football's on, I just have to watch it. It's really weird.
It's almost like an animal who needs to eat.
Yeah.
So you were up till 2:30 in the morning, and then you got up at 6:30.
At 6:30, yeah.
How was your wife feeling about that decision?
She's not happy. She rolls over and groans, and that's about it. But
Here's what my Saturday was. I woke up, had 2 soccer games for my daughter in Norco, California, which is like over an hour away. It's just in the middle of nowhere.
It's not in California. That's
it's like near Ontario. There's this 20-field complex.
Canada.
Played 2 games.
Yeah.
Immediately drove to Disneyland for my son's birthday because they have this Halloween thing. And I was at Disney until, I don't know, midnight and drove home. It was like the 18 hours in the car. And all I was thinking about was your party.
I know.
And whether I was trying to rig it because I had my daughter in the car. It's like, could I just go to the party and leave her in the car for 40 minutes? How bad of a father would I be?
It might have been worth it to sneak your head in and peek your head in and make fun of our friend Daniel, who was practically nude at that.
He went as Greg Louganis, right?
Greg Louganis.
So he's just in a Speedo the whole night with blood on his head from the diving board accident.
Right, blood on his forehead and,
This wasn't even one of the
girls and...
Oh, he's rubbing a girl. No.
Just weird stuff all night.
Not even one of his 5 most inappropriate Halloween costumes, probably.
No.
So Speedo the whole night.
The whole thing.
Did he get waxed or anything? How did it work out?
He really did commit. No, he stays in okay shape. I don't know. He does the yoga and he's fine.
Does the yoga. Hot yoga.
52 years old. He's looking all right. But
what was the best costume at the party?
There was that. They were like, it was Olympic themed. So there were 4 pairs of Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding. I cleaned out at like 2:30 in the morning. I was cleaning up like 4 batons from my yard.
Right.
And I'm trying to think. There's a couple that went as bobsledders. They were in a bobsled that walked around in a bobsled all night. But Daniel was pretty good, I would say.
That's pretty. What was Jimmy?
I don't know. He had like an Olympic jacket on with the Dream Team and all the signatures and something. I think it was some.
Nobody went as Jim McKay?
No, there was no one went as Jim McKay. There was a Bob Costas with pink eye. It was pretty good.
That's nice.
And that was about it. Good stuff.
So at Disney, which I've only been to a couple times. Once with you, we did Stroller Disney. I'm not a huge amusement park wait and rides guy. I will say. Yeah. When you have your iPhone, it is more fun to wait in lines now. I was actually watching NBA League Pass a couple times,
but good. Yeah.
I'd never been on Space Mountain. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. We went back twice.
I wish Tupac were alive to hear this.
Does Tupac have a song called Space Mountain?
He will. He will.
Space Mountain was so good. I mean, rides at this point, I just want to get out without hurting my back.
Right,
Because
right,
it's
right.
all that constant jerking back and forth. My back's like, what's going on? I thought we had decided we're never going through this again. Space Mountain was absolutely
And
incredible.
was it all Halloweened up too?
It was all Halloweened up. It was
Yeah.
a trick or treat thing.
Right.
My son had 4 friends with him, one of whom you could see early because they have these big bags of candy, and one of the kids was just eating it. It was like, how many of you had? Oh, only 2, and you knew he had 6. kept going, and then by about 9 o'clock, had to place the mom had to come get him.
That was it, right?
Yeah, he must have had 20 pieces of candy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and they just some kids they just can't handle it.
Yeah,
they can't
I know.
handle the candy thing. So.
Ben is always on 10. Your son is always on 10. So I don't think there's any sugar that could.
No, he can't. Nothing can phase him. He went as Ben Simmons.
He did.
He dressed as Sixers Ben Simmons, which I don't know. Why not?
Adorable.
But for some reason for school today, he went as James Bond.
Really?
Yeah, we had to rent him a tux.
Wow.
He was all fired up to be James Bond. He had like a pipe.
Yeah.
And he went in. He's like, James Bond gets girls. I'm going to be James Bond. It's like, you're in 3rd grade.
Right.
What's going to happen?
Right.
Anyway, football was amazing this week.
Really good. It's back, right? 6,
Should
7.
we do a little baseball quickly?
Sure, whatever you want to do. We can get it out of the way. I like the Indians. You like the Cubs. I
thought the Indians were just going to finish it last night. I really did. Everyone was like, "Oh, the Cubs got it. Bauer's hurt. Lester, oh, it's over." And I just wanted the Indians to go up 1-0 to see what happened, and then they did. The crowd was super tense, and then Chris Bryant hits the homer.
Yeah. Even comic geniuses like Bill Murray and Vince Vaughn, Chicago faithful, would have appreciated the Cubs losing all 3 at home, wouldn't they?
It did seem like it did seem like a fitting way for them to go out, but at the same time they rally back. I can't believe how much Chris Bryant looks like Michael Sheen, Sarah's boyfriend.
Oh, right. He does. I never thought about that.
Once it was in my head, I just can't tackle any Chris Bryant at bat the same way. But so now we go back to Cleveland, Game 6 Tuesday night, and if the Cavs had it won in June, this would be one of the all-time fantastic. Which team's curse is going to beat the other team's curse? Who's going to have the worst karma? But I do feel like the NBA title has kind of vetted the Cavs a little bit, or the Indians.
Yeah.
You know, because with in Boston, we were in such a downslide with the from 86 to 2, and then when the Pats won, it made everybody
Inspired
kind of a little
everybody
easy. You know how that works?
On the other hand, though, who are the Browns rooting for? I'd be rooting for the Cubs if I'm like Duke Johnson or Terrell Pryor.
Those guys are just rooting to leave.
Yeah, I guess they want to be out, but you don't want to hear about the Indians for the next month, right?
I would say the Browns are rooting for the Indians
Cubs.
to do it because then they'll be third.
Oh,
They'll be third in line. They'll be, now it's our turn.
Yeah.
That would be their slogan next year. Now it's our turn. The 2017 Browns. I'm not
close.
sure it's going to be your turn.
Not close.
Who is the number 1 pick in college? Because they're getting it.
They're getting the first 2, yeah. The Michigan Peppers, right? Yeah.
Peppers.
He's good. I don't know. I mean, what do? You still don't have a quarterback. You still, after all these years, don't have a quarterback. You
So they're going to use it
on your show. You have to use one of those 2 picks, and they're probably going to trade for 4 picks, one of those 2. So yeah.
That was a good loss for them last night with Philly. Although I think Philly's a playoff team.
What do you mean? Who?
The Cleveland has Philly's pick,
Oh,
right?
right. Okay, yeah, Philly. Yeah.
I still think Philly's a playoff team. I did the Week 7 power poll, or Week 8, sorry, heading into Week 9. And I had the Pats and Cowboys at the top. Second tier, Broncos, Chiefs, Vikings, Falcons, Raiders, Eagles.
Yeah.
I thought the Eagles played really well in that game. And it was a great, by the way, phenomenal.
Really good game.
Toggling back and forth then. I know you were probably focused on the
Mostly
Cowboys,
football,
but
yeah.
what a great night.
Yeah.
Really great TV.
really stepped it
Every
up.
commercial you go to another and something's happened, but
Baseball beat football by 30%, I think, last night.
Really?
See that? Yeah. I mean, if you're
Not
a
surprised.
baseball fan, you have to be watching that series, right? That's
Yeah.
just how it is.
I
You
would- I
can't
would
tune that
say-
out, so
yeah,
it
I don't-
makes sense.
if you like baseball in any way, shape, or form, you're probably wondering what's going on in this one. But
Yeah.
Cowboys, though, what was it, 23-13 at one point?
Yeah, they were down 10.
With like about, I don't know, enough time
quarter.
for a comeback, but
Yeah.
enough time that if they had done a 3 and out, you would have been in real trouble.
I was
It's a nice
proud of
win.
him. I was proud of Jason Garrett going for it in overtime on 4th and 1 from the 28.
Yep.
We kick a field goal there. I'm almost certain we lose the game.
No question.
And played well. 6-1. I wouldn't put us in the top tier with the Patriots.
I don't think there is.
I think you're just being nice. Patriots are in the league by themselves.
I can't just put. Oh,
What happened?
is that true?
Schefter tweeted it.
What happened?
Schefter just tweeted that the Patriots traded linebacker Jamie Collins to Cleveland for a compensatory third-round pick.
Oh, that's going to work for Cleveland. Wow.
Holy mackerel. I knew they weren't happy with how he was playing this year, and they have this six-rounder from Houston that they liked.
Yeah.
And they were going to have trouble keeping Hightower and Collins. And Hightower is like the leader of the defense. So I assumed they were going to pick Hightower over Collins. I thought they were going to try to figure out how to keep going. Belichick does not fuck around.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't care.
So that's basically a second-round pick. That's the first pick of the third round.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to work for them again. I have a feeling. The Browns should never trade with the Patriots. No one should, but certainly the Browns.
I stopped doubting Belichick about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I really like Jamie Collins. I still kind of 10% blame him for not winning the Super Bowl last year, though, when he let Owen Daniels beat him right down the middle.
Right.
The Manning's only touchdown throw.
Yeah.
The only play that Manning can really throw is the 3-step drop, 20-yard whatever, and he just blew it.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer as a result.
That's a stunner. We might have to call Lombardi at the end of this podcast.
Interesting.
Should we call him?
Let me just ask you this.
Will you text him?
Yeah.
January 22nd,
Yeah.
the Patriots are home.
Again, in round 2.
No, this is it. This is a AFC Championship game.
Okay.
January 2nd, Sunday, January 22nd. You want to see the Raiders or the Steelers? I'm not even including Denver.
Oh, the Steelers are the ones I don't want to see.
You don't want to see the Steelers?
I don't want to see a healthy
Wow.
Steelers team. That would be the one that scared me.
Raiders
Just because
don't scare
they can put up 35. Raiders
Raiders are getting that point where they can put up they're going to score every game.
You know I love the Raiders. We
Yeah.
bet on the Raiders before the season. I'm very excited that they're doing well.
What if that game is January 25th? It's played on a Wednesday. You still want the Raiders.
Can I just point out their 6 wins? They beat the Saints at the last minute.
Yeah.
They beat the Titans. They beat the Ravens by 1 point in either or game.
Most exciting team in sports right
They
now.
barely beat the Chargers. They killed the Jaguars. And they barely beat the Buccaneers.
Right.
What if they're just a good bad team?
I would say there's a possibility of that, but 5-0 on the road is really solid. Really solid.
It's really good.
in
I agree.
NFL.
It's a
really
nice,
good. Like
especially
it shows your coaching knows they know what they're doing. Like
Yeah.
they
They
got it
had
together.
23 penalties yesterday.
Maybe they don't know.
Totally
I
know
don't
what they're doing.
understand. I don't know. Like if I would have known, if I was at Bill, the Raiders are on the road and they have 23 penalties, amassing 200 yards in penalties. How much are we betting on the Bucks? I don't even know what we would have said.
I've done a 180 on Jameis. He's just not good enough.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is this year's guy who's just open 5 times a game and gets missed. Last year was Sammy Watkins. It was Larry Fitzgerald for like 4 years, and this year it's Mike Evans. It seems
Right.
like he's open a lot.
They could
It's
have
like,
put that
and
team
Jameis
away.
just missed him. Oh, and Jameis couldn't connect.
They should have put him away.
Jameis not accurate
I've done a
enough.
180 on Aguayo, the kicker.
I've done a 360.
He's done a 360.
Yeah.
I think he's doing 360s. What does this mean for kickers? Are like they traded up to draft him in the second round, and now he's miserable. And what does this mean? Like all these kickers are missing extra points. Are we going to see more kickers in the second round or fewer? Like get rid of the extra point. I'm done with it.
I'm convinced that my theory that I unveiled last week is the right theory. That
What is
these
it?
guys needed the PAT for the little practice kick to get their confidence out, and they're screwed up. Now every kick they kick is a high pressure kick, no matter where it is.
But who called for this? Who is this benefiting? Like if we played fantasy football, which you hate anyway, and we changed the rule and said
I hate it so much.
extra points are worth 7 now, we'd be like, no, I'm not doing it. Shut up. Why does the extra point? Why are guys who can't bench press their own weight, they run 5.3 40s deciding games? Like who asked for this? No one wants that.
I want to know why you're so upset about this.
I just don't. It just doesn't make sense. Like when referees decide games, it's like that's bad. This is a you know.
But
this
we've
is the
always had
best sport.
PATs. I like that. It adds. You got to
Don't
actually
move
make
it
it
back.
now. Mike Nugent.
No, like,
Mike
I don't like
Nugent's
kickers
gotten to the point
deciding
where I'm
games.
expecting him to miss. I get surprised when he makes a PAT.
I
He's like,
know.
oh, he made it.
I know. As a
made a
gambler, you have to
33-yarder.
hate it. As a gambler, you're losing. I don't know. It's less control. I figure I have.
I have so many reasons why I hate fantasy football, but let me just start
You went
here.
off on me yesterday over text.
Let me start here with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
By the week, his fantasy points in our league. 15.5, 14.1, 16.4, 27.4 against the Jets. Oh, thanks for that one, Russell. I didn't even start you. 14.2, 11.25, and 11.75. I won last week with his 11.75.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. He has 5 touchdowns.
Why won't you believe everyone when they say the 5th best fantasy quarterback is like a point?
You're
and
a
half
jerk.
different
You're
from
like
17?
you're like strutting around. You
I
were
don't
so
care.
panicked at the
I'm
end of that
6-2.
draft.
I know.
You had deer in the headlights. You're like, oh my god. Remember you went $2 on Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
And I think I went 3.
No, I don't think you had
I was
3.
missing like $1. If I
Yeah,
had one more dollar,
that's
you don't
right.
get Matt Ryan. I was
Well,
like, fuck that. He's not getting Matt Ryan.
Spent it all on Gronk and Zeke Elliott.
Matt Ryan.
Well, by the way, what was your thing? You're texting me like, it doesn't make sense. Zeke Elliott should be the most valuable. It's like, yeah, he's the number 1 back in the league, isn't he? Points wise.
I just feel
Gronk
like
is the number 1
I
tight
should
end.
he should count for 30 points a week. He's so good.
He really is.
He's
good.
clearly the best running back. Like all these running backs, I do believe someone in the whole Denver running backs, these guys are interchangeable. It's
Right.
okay. They're all around the same. And then it's like you watch him, and it's like these guys aren't the same. And Le'Veon Bell's the same way.
He carries the pile too, not just speed. Like, it's hard to get him down.
And then at the end, when you feel, and it didn't happen last night, obviously, but when you feel like you're going to win the game, and he's got to get like his 4 more in there where he just takes out 7
Right.
guys. It's like,
Yeah.
save this. Have an 11-year career.
You're right.
Emmett Smith should have a talk with him. Although Emmett's probably hoping he flames out in 4 years, right?
Yeah, Emmett.
Emmett's like, man, you got to get every yard, man. You got to go. Never take a break.
He's jealous. He was rooting against him in Ohio State. He wanted to see him.
Can we
win.
have our weekly Prescott versus Romo conversation?
I
Sponsored by
guess.
Don Julio?
I guess. I
Our
don't know.
Don Julio shot of the week.
Well, let's take you. You texted me when Prescott threw the INT. You're like Romo, and then he came back and threw a touchdown. You're like Prescott. This is what people think. I don't care. I don't think it's a problem until it's a problem, and I don't think Romo's ready anyway for Cleveland. So
I don't think it's a
fine.
problem
We're
until it's a
6-1.
problem.
That's right.
I think you just qualified for ESPN Sunday Countdown.
Why worry about this?
It's
Romo's job.
His stats yesterday:
Yeah.
19 for 39.
Oh yeah.
287, 2 TDs, 1 terrible pick.
How
Seven
much-
runs for 38 yards. Romo won't give you the running because
Right,
he's
I
done
know,
from
but
that
how much
sense.
praise would we be laying on Romo right now for 19 for 39 with a bad pick in the end zone? We'd be going up singing his praises until Wednesday, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
It was fine.
that's-
He did a fine game. It was good. Look, let me ask you this. So, okay, let's say I'm gonna put it this way. This is Romo's team. So let's say your show HBO every other Wednesday that you say we're going to HBO says we're taking it to North Korea for some reason. Kim Jong-un loves the show and it'll be good for U.S. North Korean relations. So you tell your wife like I'm gone for 2 months. Hold down the fort. And you get back and you're like, how did it go? I know I'm going to take shit for this. It was bad. And she's like, oh, it was great. Your dad helped out. He took Ben to SummerSlam and my mom took Zoe to practice. And it was great. And, as far as I just settled in and watched Jude Law rom-coms at night. So I didn't really need you around. And yeah. So what do? Do you go back to North Korea or are you still part of the family?
This scenario feels more real than you're letting on. I think my wife would probably need 3 weeks to realize it's fine.
3 weeks?
Yeah. How many would yours need?
3 hours.
4. I think they're stuck. I think they have to stick with Dak because of the yo-yo factor of Romo. Oh, he's hurt again. Oh, he's not playing. Oh, I'm back to Dak. Mm-hmm. Like, why mess it up? You're going to win the NFC. I just wouldn't bring him back.
All right.
And if the gods decide he needs to be involved in this season, they'll get him involved. With the Patriots, Brady Bledsoe. Brady got hurt in the AFC title game.
Yeah.
Bledsoe came in. He had his moment.
Exactly.
And it helped us win the Super Bowl. I think that's what you have to wait for.
I think it'll take care of itself.
So you don't love this Cowboys team. So that the Football Outsiders guys.
I do. I'm excited about the defense because I know exactly. I figure I've followed this team for so many years. I know exactly when the defense is going to let up, and it's like that second drive in the fourth quarter, and they didn't. It's like Sean Lee's playing out of his mind. They're doing well.
You guys have some heavy hitters in this defense.
Yeah, it's good. And they want to play.
Some guys flying around. Sean Lee hasn't had his annual injury yet. I'd be worried about that one.
No, I know.
That's
Not
usually
fun.
has he played? He's gonna have to play 19 games this year.
Well, he's not the middle linebacker. He's they move him around. So
Yeah.
that was good.
I think you're in good shape. I don't really like any of the other AFC teams. I mean, seriously. NFC. You have the Vikings who can't block. Mm-hmm. You have the Falcons who are fun, who are going to be dangerous in the playoffs, but ultimately beatable. Eagles, Packers, Seahawks, Cardinals, Saints, Giants, Redskins.
Well, in a year where Carolina, Seattle, Green Bay, and Arizona aren't lighting it up, and maybe 2 of those don't make the playoffs even, it's nice. It's a nice spot to be in.
All right, let's take a quick break, and then we will come back and do the Week 9 lines. When we launched this podcast in October 2015, MeUndies sponsored the first one. They sent me a big box of comfortable underwear. I've been wearing them ever since. Every pair of MeUndies made from sustainably sourced modal, a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton. Once you try them on, you'll understand why it has the rep as the world's most comfortable underwear. MeUndies has dozens of styles, limited edition prints to help you make your statement with your underwear. Boxers, trunks, thongs, bikinis, you name it. My favorite, the boxer briefs. I really like the boxer briefs. You know what I just realized? They haven't mailed me any in a while. Come on, MeUndies. What are you waiting for? We've been together 13 months now. Mail me some underwear. If you don't like your first pair of MeUndies, they are free. Go to MeUndies.com/BS for 20% off your first order plus free shipping. That's MeUndies.com/BS. And also, since we're here, I started using Lyft after they made a deal with LA Airport, also known out here as LAX. I wish I had done it sooner. Just download the app and you can get a ride in minutes, 24/7, for less than the cost of a cab. Every Lyft driver is fully vetted through their 10-point safety standard, including criminal and DMV background checks. They're rated after every ride, so only the best stick around. And with Lyft, you can tip in the app, which obviously leads to happier and better drivers. 9 out of 10 Lyft rides get a perfect 5-star rating from the passenger. It's also the highest rated ride-sharing app. And it's your buddy if your car's in the shop if you had too much to drink, or if you're my wife and you ran over a pothole for the 200th time. People are actually getting rid of their cars and relying on Lyft to get around. You know what? I don't blame them. Who needs a car? Right now, Lyft is offering our listeners a special deal. Get 3 free rides, up to $10 each. That's up to a $30 value. All you have to do is enter the promo code Bill Simmons. That happens to be my name. Download the free Lyft app today. Enter promo code Bill Simmons in the payment section. 3 free rides, up to $10 each. What do you have to lose? All right, back to Sal. All right, Week 9 lines.
All right. 6 bye teams again. I don't,
6 bye teams are New England, Houston, Cincy, Washington, Chicago, Arizona. 5 of those teams range from either excellent to half decent.
Yeah.
So that means we're going to have a shit show of a football week. Oh, Lombardi's calling us. All right, put your headphones on.
All right.
Hey, Sal's on the line too. We wanted you for 3 minutes to explain this Jamie Collins trade. This is Mike Lombardi, who comes on every Friday on the BS podcast, and you can see him on FS1 and Fox. They traded Collins for a 3rd-round pick. Just your gut reaction. Explain this to me.
Well, I think Collins has played poorly all season. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. They had no interest in really signing him for next year, and the way he's played through the first 8 games, he was getting demoted within each game. Yesterday, the second play of the game, he just kind of does whatever he was going to do. He kind of played with no enthusiasm, and he seemed like he didn't really want to play. It seemed like he was playing on the 0-11 Southern Mississippi team that he played in college. And so I think at some point they have to send a message to the rest of the team. Their defense is a liability right now. I mean, they've made quarterbacks, whether it's Tyrod Taylor, whether it's Ryan Tannehill, whether it's Landry Jones, they've made them look pretty good. And I think Bill needed to send a message to the team that this is not going to be tolerated. And I think this trade does that.
Go through the linebackers for us that are left, other than Dante Hightower.
Well, I think Alondon Roberts is the best run defender. I mean, Dante Hightower's not playing it very well either. I mean, look, that's the thing that always cracks me up about sports. People evaluate other teams. They talk about the great talent of the Patriots front 7, and then nobody makes a play.
Right.
Well, you can rush Jamie Collins, and yet he hasn't gotten near the quarterback. I mean, at some point, you'd have to evaluate what you see. And what I've seen out of the Patriots defense is subpar players playing below, including, Jabal Sheard's not having the season he needs to have. I mean, their best defensive player in the front front seven has been Alan Branch, and Landon Roberts, the 6th-round draft pick out of the University of Houston, is one of their best run defenders. He has to play more. And so I think this defense has really been a liability, and I think what Bill's statement today to the team is we're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to allow this to happen, and he needs to get control of it. And I think they lack a leadership element of on their defense. McCourty in the back end certainly can help, but their defensive leadership has been void all season.
Sal is sitting here jealous of a team that can just trade a starter for a 3rd-round pick.
This
and
is
still
it for
be
the
6-1.
Patriots. They're done. No, I will say, Mike, you said something interesting. And for a guy who doesn't want to play, I think Cleveland is a great landing spot for anyone who doesn't want to play.
I mean,
anymore.
really, that locker room now, you just would be worried. There was a time in the 50s where if you got traded to Green Bay, you were like petrified.
Yeah.
And now I think it's become Cleveland. Look, he's not going to play any harder for the Browns, and he's not going to do anything. I mean, he just did not play well. I watched the game tape this morning, and their defense is sticks on blocks. I mean, it's not very good. They're not playing with any physicality or emotion. And, when they play against a good team, they are going to have trouble. And as good as the offense is playing, you can't score 30 every week to win.
Why aren't teams more skeptical about trading with the Patriots? I mean, it really is like walking into a 3-card Monte game, right? Like, what? Just run away when it happens.
Yeah, I mean, look, the one thing you have to do, Donnie Walsh said this to me back in 1990 or in the late 80s, you got to know what you're trading before you can make a trade. And that's the one caveat that Belichick knows. He knows what he's trading. He's trading a guy who is very talented but very moody, very inconsistent with his effort. And so for him to pay that player that kind of money, it sends a message to the locker room that, look, I tolerate this and I reward this. He's never doing that.
It's interesting.
And with Belichick, every message he sends in terms of a contract is a message to his locker room.
It's interesting because they dumped Chandler Jones before the year for a 2nd-round pick. This is basically a 2nd-round pick. Cleveland's the worst team in the league, so it'll be the first pick of the 3rd round, which is a really valuable chess piece because isn't that the day? That's the day 2 of the draft starts, right? That's the one everybody's trying to trade for. So he's going to probably turn that into 5 picks.
Well, they can get something out of it. I mean, there's no doubt. But the reality here is I think what he decided was he could have held on to him and gotten a compensatory pick himself, or he could have just traded them and cashed it in for now. And I think that's what he decided to do.
So you think it was a message send? Because I was texting you during these games, like, are we allowed to touch the quarterback? Did they pass a rule that we can't touch him, or did nobody told me?
The defense hasn't played well ever. I mean, it hasn't played well all season. I mean, like the people are like, I go on these shows and I talk about it, and it's only because they were able to outscore people. I mean, look, Andy Dalton was playing well.
Yeah.
Against them. I mean, every quarterback, the second half of the Miami game, Tyrod Taylor, the Buffalo Bills moved the ball on them, and I mean, it was just the end of the half, and Brady was just too good. So they have to fix the defense. I mean, they're not going to Houston to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl with the way the defense has been playing. I can promise you that.
That's what I kept telling us, Sal, is like the right team, the right offense hasn't played this Pats defense yet because the same kind of throws and runs are open all game. And like yesterday with Buffalo, they just caught a break. Buffalo had this is one of the reasons Sal and I loaded up on the Pats yesterday. Buffalo had the worst offensive weapons you ever could have wanted in a game like that. Justin Hunter is his 3rd team he's been on. He started.
Right.
So they just haven't caught the right team yet. Even Pittsburgh would have been the team, but it's Landry Jones is in there. So
right. They just outscore you. So what happens is the game, Buffalo can't. They have 12 possessions. They can't be consistent through 12 possessions, and then the game slips away. It goes from. I mean, I don't know. Rex has seen this act before. He's down 21-10. He tries a long field goal. He misses it. Oh, now he's down 24-10 going in the half, and guess who gets the ball to start the half?
Right.
Yep.
And the game's over at 31-10.
You know what's amazing? The Pats rest of the way. Seattle, San Francisco, the Jets, the Rams, the Ravens, Denver, Giants, Miami. They're going to go through this whole season without playing an elite defense or elite offense. Pittsburgh was the only one that really would have been scary. Like they're going to avoid the Oakland. They're going to avoid Dallas. All the teams that probably would have torn this Pats defense up, they don't have to play any of them. Hey, Mike, on a bye week, that's the best time to make a trade like this, right?
Yeah, because I think there's no bye in New England. I mean, they'll probably have Friday and Saturday off, and they'll be back in there. But they need to fix this defense, and I think that's been something he's been waiting to do. I mean, the second play of the game when Gillespie ran for 28 yards and Jamie Collins backdoored it, and then 2 plays later he was out of the game. You knew it was going to be over with. I mean, at some point, there's a saying in coaching: you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen. Well, Belichick decided he's not going to allow it to happen anymore.
All right, Mike Lombardi. Thanks for clearing this up for us.
Mike.
I love you.
Thank you, Sal. Hey, good luck, Sal. If you need any therapy with the Romo situation, feel free to call.
Go get your shine box, Mike.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Bye. All right, that was fun.
All right, well, did they talk you off the ledge? You think the Patriots are going to be okay now?
Yeah, I told you Collins wasn't playing that great.
I know.
But, man.
We just put him in the first tier, and now.
Lombardi. See, I watched the Pats game. I didn't even notice Collins was out there.
Right.
Like, I didn't notice he got yanked.
You know why you didn't notice?
Play.
Because when here's when the Bills, he just went over when the game was over. But the game was over when it was 14-10. The Bills scored. It was 14-3, 14-10. And then Gronk is over the middle. And that's it. It's a touchdown. Yeah. It's like, all right, well, we got to cover this freaking monster the rest of the game. We're just not going to do it. We are mentally out of this game.
Yeah.
That's it.
And also, when you don't have a receiver who can get open. When Clay got hurt, it's bad when Charles Clay gets hurt and you're like, oh no, what do we do now? Like that's right. your receivers are in bad shape. All right, week 9. We do the Don Julio shot of the week.
I'm 1-7 with Don Julio.
This is your kryptonite. Don Julio, you've never been a big drinker. Maybe this is part of the problem.
Don,
meanwhile, I love alcohol, so here
but
you
had the Jags last week.
I know.
Thursday.
But and Lombardi yelled at me because I laid out the entire case for the Broncos and then somehow took Blake Bortles.
Yeah, right.
I just thought, I'm not even going to go over
the Thursday game is so tough.
Yeah, so tonight we have the Vikings and the Bears.
5.5.
Why is that so low? Why is it so low?
Cutler back.
Why is it so low? Doesn't make sense. Or we could go Falcons Thursday night. I picked Falcons -3 at Tampa. What was the line for that?
All right, you're going to get it. I said 2.5. It's 3.5. So closer there.
They're dying for you to take the Bucks.
Yeah. Bucks won 31-24 in week 1. This is a rematch.
Yeah. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm gonna take
5.5.
Yeah.
All right, we'll both take them.
I'll take the Vikings.
With their Don Julio shot of the week. I'm going to make it my Don Julio 1942 shot of the week.
Wow.
I mean, I'm going to go a little higher on this.
Interesting.
I'm going to splurge. Yeah.
Can I go 43?
No, 42. That's their signature Don Julio. I really I don't think this to me is a Gus Ramsey memorial, even though Gus Ramsey's still alive, but he always called this. I always called this a Ramsey memorial game of how many points are they going to score? Gus, we would talk about these games, and Gus would go, how many points are they going to score? And you look at the Bears, it's like,
about the Bears, yeah.
How many points are they scoring in this game? 10?
No, I know. Yeah.
7?
The defense should
9?
feast on them.
So the Vikings just need to get to 20 points. They're covering.
Mm-hmm. The Thursday game, I was impressed with Matt Ryan yesterday.
He's had a great season.
I think like Sanu, Taylor Gabriel, and Austin Hooper had 17 receptions. Like he's doing that without Julio Jones, who has a busted foot or whatever.
Well, it was busted, but also
sparingly, yeah.
He was doubled when he was out there too. Every team now is just like, you're not beating us, Julio Jones.
I don't know any targets in the second half. I'm not sure. Maybe one.
I feel like I'm in the top 0.5% of football fans.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Gabriel, who is that? I vaguely remember.
Didn't he come from the Browns?
Was he? He was on. Who was he on? Tate.
Browns. Yeah.
Browns.
Yeah.
Vaguely remember him.
Bad trade.
First, I was like, "Is that Doug Gabriel?" No, that was from 10 years ago, and I was having like an old guy moment.
Yeah,
Taylor Gabriel.
I feel bad because I'm not sure if it was Lombardi's draft pick, but I remember they went high on him. I don't even think he was there.
Well, then Lombardi's belatedly proven correct.
Yeah,
I would feel good about it.
Right. Yeah.
So, all right,
What happened?
Falcons Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't like that Bucks team.
Like
you got to win that. It wasn't just that they lost the overtime and they made a bad tackle on that play. I think they had the ball 4 times in a row at the end of that game, and they just did nothing every time.
Nothing. Yeah.
And it wasn't like they had a major injury or somebody was out or whatever. It's just like the Raiders figured out how to play defense against them.
And if they win this game, and they can because it's Thursday and they're all effed up, they'll be a half game out of first.
Right.
Bizarre.
The interesting one is the Saints. I ran into Micah Peters from the Ringer, who's a huge Saints fan. They're 3-4 with the Niners next week.
They have a shot. I know.
And we both think 9-7 wins a wild card.
So I think the AFC West is the most exciting division, and I think the NFC South is right behind it. Like maybe not the best. Like the NFC East is probably better. NFC South, almost all the games are exciting. Right there.
I agree. In your division, I think there's 3 teams. The more I look at the Giants, I just don't think they're good.
No.
They have 4 wins, but they're 1-2 with 4 either or games. Mm-hmm. So, and especially like that week 1 game where they beat you and Prescott's first week, there's no way you lose that game if it's 5 weeks
I'm
later.
with you. Tony Romo starts. You're right. No way.
So the Giants have Philly, Cincy, Chicago, and then at Cleveland for their next 4. Mm-hmm. So that's a pretty favorable schedule on paper. And then after that, it gets.
Let's
a
do
little
that game. Philly at the Giants.
Philly at the Giants.
I picked this exactly. It's the only one I picked.
Giants -2, and I do like that Eagles team. I think they can. I like their defense. I think Wentz is pretty good. They can run the ball a little. They can do some stuff. It feels playoff teamish to me.
Actually opened up at -2, is now -3. People were betting the Giants.
That's a mistake. I think. I think the Giants being at home, it's one of the few teams where it doesn't seem like that matters for them. I don't feel like there's a lot of home field advantage.
The Eagles haven't been that great on the road, right? Lately?
No.
Lost to Detroit, Dallas. I don't know.
Is that a must-win for the Giants? I feel like it is.
Yeah.
They have to win that one.
Are.
Yeah.
I think they are. All right, Dallas at Cleveland. By the way, 6 early games, 4. I know I'm the only one in the country that cares about this.
Yeah.
6 early games, 4 late afternoon games. I love that. That's
great.
how it should be.
That's how it should be. The red zone should matter in the late afternoon
So they
games.
could do that. If they had 6 teams on bye every week for 11 weeks, that's 66. So that's the whole league twice. Everybody gets 2 byes. Everyone can heal. Nice. Players' careers last longer. You get 6 early games, 4 late afternoon.
If I filled out my ballot on Sunday because I got the one where they send it, you could just mail it in.
Yeah.
If they had a prop, they have those props on the ballot. Like I was really excited to vote for the cigarette tax.
Right.
And there was a porn one. There's all these good ones in there. If they had a prop on there and it was like, should Thursday night football continue? Yes or no? And then in the paragraph they were like, skeptics feel like Thursday night football has diluted the quality of the week. Would you vote yes or no on Thursday night football?
I think I'd still vote yes. I do a lot of complaining.
You're
I
the
know,
worst.
I know,
You're the
I know.
worst.
I know I'm the worst. Well, where would Don Julio go if we couldn't do Thursday night?
We would just do Monday night Don Julio.
Uh,
Don Julio would be fine.
Don Julio wouldn't put up with that. He's a very stubborn man.
I would vote no, and I think it's the product's terrible on Thursday nights, and
I agree.
I would rather have that extra game on Sunday.
I just love screaming about it.
Yeah.
Dallas, what
What did we complain about? I had the Cowboys by 8. I think I went too low.
No, you didn't. Well, you went slightly low. I went 10, and it's 8.5. So you get that.
God, I kill you on Mondays.
Who is,
you want to move back to Wednesdays?
Well, I want you to send your picks to me in a timely fashion. That's what I want.
sent them today.
I sent them like
Sent
10
them in the
minutes
morning.
before the podcast.
No, that's not true.
Everyone's sending you the lines. How do you take the Browns? Like, they fought ferociously.
They got Jamie Collins now.
Now they have Jamie Collins. Can he take snaps?
He's so fired up to go for a 6-1 team to an 0-8 team.
They fought back. Well, of course they were ahead by. By the way, that didn't make sense. The Jets. That was the first Jet win in history when they were down 13 or more in the second half.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Wow. Anyway, they did in some places cover with that last score of the Browns. So they good for them. But I
thought it was 3.5, but I hadn't looked at it in a while.
It was 3.5. Went down to 2. So
I think that's only the second game they've covered this year.
yeah, it might be. Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
You're so great in so many ways. I feel like you never know the records against the spreads. Because every year there's one team that after 8 weeks is like 1-7 against the spread.
Yeah, I should know this better.
We'll look at that. We'll have it next week because what happens in the second half is it always evens out. Nobody ever finishes 1-15 against the spread. They always rally late and it seesaws a little bit.
Yeah, 11-5 is the best the team will do, and the other way, 5-11 or something. But Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
Pittsburgh at Baltimore are the Ravens by 1. And I flip-flopped on that. I had the Steelers favored. I changed my mind. I had no feel for it.
I had the Ravens by 1 also. 2.5. It doesn't seem like these two could have the same record after week 9. It doesn't seem possible.
And
that the Ravens can win, and they'll both be what?
I'm going to go further than that, cuz The Ravens have this game and then Cleveland Thursday night. They could
Yeah.
be 5-4 in
Wow.
say 98 hours or whatever.
Miserable.
At Dallas, probably loss. Cincy, Miami home. At Pats, probably loss. Philly, and then at Pittsburgh, at Cincy. There is a way they could get to 10 wins, and I think they're terrible.
I think you feel the same way as a degenerate gambler. I think they're in my top 3 or 4 teams I'd love
Just
to
don't
stay
want to
away
watch,
from.
yeah. Or bet on or anything.
No, you can't. Detroit at Minnesota.
So Stafford went against an above-average defense yesterday and looked pretty mortal. Right after a week of Stafford hype, I had the Vikings as 6.5-point favorites.
All right, we're gonna
I kind of like the Lions in
we're
this
gonna
one.
split this because it's 7, and I said 7.5.
Okay,
So we tie there.
feels tease-ish.
You like that teaser?
Yeah.
You like Dallas,
I don't-
Minnesota teaser so far.
I gotta say, I don't know if the Vikings O-line worries me. I'm not sure I'd put them in a teaser or parlay.
Well, it's weird. You started to talk about I feel like everybody was on Stafford and everyone was on the Chargers last week. And I was like, that's not going 2-0. It might go 0-2. Maybe the Chargers should have covered, but yeah.
I love the Chargers. I still watch the Swami. Mm-hmm. The Swami's actually been kind of on fire this year, but like
Has
he
he?
loved the Chargers. Yeah, the Swami was red hot for a while.
What, record-wise or
Record-wise.
reference-wise?
No, reference-wise, he dropped Hogan's Heroes yesterday. I was so
Nice.
fired up. How old do you have to be to get a Hogan Heroes reference?
Not
Hogan's
even a
Heroes.
Hulk Hogan
So Hogan
thing?
Hero or Hogan's
Heroes.
How old do you have to be? Like 55?
So you could go with the Hulk Hogan thing, which is also kind of hackish, and I did it last week, which is mid-'80s. Or you could go 25 years before and go Hogan's Heroes.
I love
You
the
made the
Berman
right choice.
The Berman last year thing is fantastic. He's got Jim Kelly coming on tonight.
Nice.
Jim, a lot of great years in Buffalo.
Circle the wagon. Let's circle the wagons together.
We
Let's
got
do it right now.
Teach is week 17, right?
Teej is like, please,
Teej.
let me have the flu the week he needs me.
I'm sick. I can't do it.
Jets at the Dolphins.
Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins. I had them by 6. Dolphins could be 4-4 after this
Wow.
game. At San Diego, at Rams, at San Francisco.
6. Well, Vegas
high?
doesn't treat the Jets as a 3-5 team.
I think they should.
They probably should.
That's a mistake.
I said 2.5. It's 3.5. So I get that. I don't like laying more than a field goal at the Dolphins at home.
I forgot to ask you something about Ravens Steelers.
Yeah.
If I gave you plus 500 that Roethlisberger plays in that game, would you bet it? Plus 500.
I haven't been monitoring.
Yeah,
it,
I'm saying
but-
you haven't monitored anything.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been out. This will be 3 weeks he's been out with a torn meniscus.
And it's supposed to be like
They
6
said
now?
4 to 6.
Sure, yeah. 5-1, yeah.
If I gave you plus 300, would you take it?
No, that's about right, I think.
Plus 350?
Yeah.
Would you take it at plus 350, Tate?
Yeah, he's gonna play.
I think he plays.
Really?
Yeah.
This week?
That's why I couldn't figure out that Ravens Steelers line.
Well, Adam Schefter just tweeted he's not playing,
What?
so pay me. Pay me right now.
If Steelers, if they're getting 3 in that game before it comes out that Roethlisberger is playing, we should
load up on it
examine
now.
that a tiny bit.
We should maybe even put it on a teaser now. Why would they
I
lose
just think
by
he
more than-
plays. I don't think it's possible for him to be out for more than 3 weeks unless he has a broken leg.
Right.
That would be the only injury that I think even if he had a torn ACL, he's like, guys, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back anyway.
Well, luckily the rest of the I don't know. The Bengals keep like there's no, you don't have the Patriots in front of you where someone's running away with the division.
Yeah, but you want to get that 3 seed.
Right.
I don't think you want the 4 seed in the AFC
No, it's true.
because then you're playing the
A
Raiders.
good wild card team.
I don't want to play the Raiders in round 1.
All
Anyway, all right, let's keep going.
Jacksonville at Kansas City. You assume it's the Raiders as the wild card or division winner, but I like this KC team
Yeah, I had a
under the radar.
I put a Pats
Yeah.
Chiefs parlay. We did that one on Friday, and then I did another one on Sunday. I forgot I had the one on Friday. I think it's an old
I
guy
know.
gambling moment.
That was good.
Oh,
But
wait, I
you
had
had the
another one?
balls to do it. I figure like we went against the Colts last week, right? We had Tennessee. I was like,
but-
I'm not going to do it again because now I know I'm going to lose, even though the Chiefs are much better than the Colts. And you're like, no, I'm doing it.
I watched a lot of that game, and I
Smart.
just felt like it was a gimmick with the tight ends. But then when Smith went out in the first quarter with a concussion, had that moment of like, oh shit, what happens now? And then
Right.
I forgot that they had Nick Foles, and not only they have Nick Foles, but he wanted to sign there, and he loves Andy Reid, and
Yeah.
I felt weirdly calm with Nick Foles.
Good
Way
trade.
calmer than I should have felt with Nick Foles.
For 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He could be good. And like it seems to like Macklin. I don't know. It works better with Macklin there. Would you have this line at?
Chiefs, right?
Yeah, Jacksonville.
I
KC.
thought about going into the 10 range, but I went 9. And I think I hit that one.
We split it. Yeah, it's 8.5. I had 8. You had 9.
Oh, interesting. I thought it would be 9 to deter people from teasing them.
Well, we're doing it anyway, right? Like
I think we should tease it when
I
it's
hate
at
that
8.5.
Jacksonville team. Like what? Why that coach has got to go. Bortles. I don't. So 2 years ago, Bortles was ranked 28th as a quarterback, down to 10th last year, and now back to 27th. So what do? They promote the quarterback coach. He's the offensive coordinator now. It took after the Bills, like after the horrible defense, like
Yeah.
they fired the offensive coordinator. Like maybe we'll do something stupid. It'll work out for us.
Greg Olson, the other Greg Olson,
Greg
they
Olson,
fired.
yeah, he's still playing, and they fired him. Like he's not even on the team.
I did a DraftKings $50 single entry team, not
Yeah.
a promo. And the guy who's in first place had Bortles, who had like 33 DraftKings
It
points.
was the weakest 30-point
It was like
fantasy.
Bortles got over 30. Like I
Yeah.
had Drew Brees, he only ended up with 20.
Right. He's like 27th in the league, and he still had all that garbage, those garbage points.
I need like 40 points to win the thing I'm in out of 90 teams.
Who do you
and
have?
I have Asiata left in the Vikings defense, and nobody has anything else left in the top 12. I
Really?
think I have a chance. Like if Asiata had
40?
a couple, the
need-
Vikes defense got it like a touchdown. It's doable.
You need 3 touchdowns between the 2 of them, right?
I changed from Carr
do
to
it.
Breeze, which was like if I had kept Carr. Ugh.
He gets goal line carries. You could be okay
I
there.
like daily fantasy because my real fantasy is an absolute atrocity.
2 and 6. All right, look, we're in the late afternoon already. How about that?
So what's the game of the day? Ben Roethlisberger's return to Baltimore that hasn't been announced yet.
Man, it really has to. Or maybe Philly at the Giants. I don't know.
I think so. If we're guessing storylines that come out of these games, and you had to pick a storyline other than the Roethlisberger comeback, I would pick Eli being horrible in that Philly game, followed by a week of is Eli on the other side of the mountain. I think that Eagles pass rush is going to be a real problem for them.
Right. I would say, can Jamie Collins quarterback this Browns team to a victory?
Can Jamie Collins stop crying?
Can he stop crying to play some
I will
defense?
say Jamie Collins was the best athlete the Patriots have ever had on defense that I can remember, other than
Yeah.
maybe to Bucky Jones.
He swarmed. He
Jamie
had, like,
Collins,
3
like
games.
just he was one of the first guys I've ever seen who just jumped the line on a field goal. He just vaulted it like Carl Lewis.
Yeah.
All right, late
good.
afternoon games.
Late afternoon. Saints at Niners.
This is, in my opinion, a Michael Conrad memorial. Let's be careful out there game. Because the Saints look so easy on paper here.
Yep.
Everybody's feeling good. They're going to be 4-4 after they win this. The Niners are terrible. I would be very scared. Breeze outdoors, West Coast.
Breeze always slow start. He's able to bring them back, but slow start almost every game.
I have the Saints by 4.
I went way high. You got it. It's 3.5. I said 6.
You know, Hightower looked good in that Saints game.
No, he didn't. He did.
I thought he looked pretty good.
I had the Saints, and he had 6 goal line carry. They couldn't get him in.
I thought goal line's different.
It was different. That's when you want.
I thought he looked good. I thought he made some
think
nice
he had,
runs.
he ended up like with 20 for 88 or something. It was good numbers, but it was driving me crazy.
I got to make a suggestion for everyone on the goal line because the
Yeah.
Chargers lost the game because they threw 4 straight times on the
Yeah.
2-yard line. In Madden, you spread it out.
Yeah.
You put 4 receivers out wide. They have to defend all 4 receivers. And now it's 6-on-6 with a running back, and you're going to get 2 yards
Right.
eventually.
And
They
then
can't stack up on it.
And you go to your slant on 3rd down or something.
Yeah,
right?
but don't load up with the one. I don't understand why the goal line offense is still a thing. I hate it.
Yeah. It's not good.
Especially if you're the Saints. You have all these dangerous receivers. Spread them out. I think the Saints receivers are excellent.
Sure.
Sneed, that Thomas
Michael
is
Thomas,
good.
yeah, it's great.
I like Cooks. I don't know, I like that
Good
team.
tight end too.
I like that
Yeah.
offense.
Carolina at the Rams. This might be another be careful game. I think
Yeah.
people might be. All right, Carolina's
Carolina's back.
back.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the Cards had just played an overtime game and had the shit kicked out of them and then had to go to the South. Yeah, I'm with you. Panthers by 3. I have over the Rams.
Yeah, I said 3 also. 3.5.
That's a dangerous one. I'd be very careful about the Panthers in that game.
That
America.
Carolina-Arizona game was over faster than when they played in January. We should have seen that coming.
Well, oh yeah,
We should definitely have seen that.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I picked it. I didn't like it enough to bet on it
Right.
because I didn't know what shape that Carolina defense was in.
It's like, oh, it's 7-0. It's gonna be 21-3 in a second.
Yeah, it is funny. Every Sunday there's that one game that's over at 110.
Yeah.
Or 10-10 our
Well,
time.
we could bet live now
Yeah.
in 2016. So we should be more in touch with that.
Just what I need is more ways to bet.
Tennessee at San Diego.
Chargers I have as 4.5-point favorites.
That's what I had. 4.5. It's 5. Vegas
So-
zone. Just promise me you won't try to convince yourself that either of these teams are good when one of them wins.
I think
Promise
the
me
Chargers
that.
are pretty good.
It's already. They didn't even play.
I didn't. House and
3
I
and
stayed
5.
away from the Chargers playoff bet because
Yeah.
we didn't want to risk them losing to Denver. The odds will be better now.
What was it? 4-1.
It was 4-1. Now it's got to be like 5-1. So rest of
Oh,
the
yeah.
schedule: Tennessee, and Miami, both at home, so they could be 5-5 heading into the bye. At Houston, Tampa, at Carolina, Oakland, at Cleveland, home for KC. I still think they can get to 10 wins.
Is 10 enough? They may have to run the table. Like you may have to be 11-5 wild card in the AFC. Raiders.
Oh, I didn't even
Chiefs,
think of that.
Broncos.
Yeah, we can't have 3 wild cards, can
No.
we? Yeah, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Because unless the Chiefs, if the Spencer Ware concussion thing was sneaky. Because I don't trust Charles to play a full season
No,
anymore.
they
And I
don't.
thought the depth they had at running
They
back
all of a
was good
sudden
for
don't
them.
have a lot of depth. Indianapolis at Green Bay.
Packers by 6. I hate these two
We
teams.
tied 3 in a row now.
I hate both of these teams.
I said 6. It's 7. Yeah, let's really, really try hard not to tease the Packers.
I was watching Undisputed today with Skip and Shannon.
Oh, nice.
Shannon thinks Aaron Rodgers sells his teammates out, and he's been doing it for a while. And
You were able to
that's what he
understand
does. Now I think he's been good on that show.
Really?
I actually kind of like that show in the morning. It's a little coffee, a little Skip and Shannon.
Our friend Brad, who's crazy, a lot of caffeine all the time. So
Yeah.
whenever that promo comes on, he's like, "Oh, worst job in America. The guy who has to put this promo together. Let's take 20 seconds. Well, nothing exciting happened this week. What about week 2? Was there something we can grab from week 2? Oh, okay. Oh, he seems like he's fake angry. Take him there. That's good.
That's the hottest seat in sports. I like it.
We have to bring back our come on, man. You told me last week we got it. Now it's white guys doing come on, man, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Did you come up with a gimmick for that yet?
Not really. I don't know. I don't know.
Should we call it Please, Dude?
Yeah.
First of all, it upsets me that they've continued to come on, man, without Chris Carter.
Right. Yeah.
Chris Carter created Come On Man. You can't just do
Why didn't
that
he
when he's
patent
not
it?
there. He should have patented
If he had
it.
smart people
They're
around,
all
he would've
doing.
had it,
You
yeah.
have like Matt Hasselbeck doing Come On
Yeah.
Man.
Come
it's
on,
so
man.
meant for Chris Carter. And when Ray Lewis did it, that was great. I do feel like I don't feel right about white quarterbacks doing Come On
It's
Man.
hard for white guys to look angry in a cool way.
I
It
was
really
thinking
is.
ours could be Please, Dude.
Please, dude.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with please. Dude.
Cam Newton's complaining about not feeling safe as a quarterback. Please, dude.
Please, dude.
Please, dude. Come on. Please. Dude.
Where were we?
That is
Indiana,
Sal.
Green Bay.
You're sitting in the hottest seat in sports right now.
I am?
Yeah. That seat
Does
is
feel
so hot. I think Bayless is great at his job.
Yeah.
It's his job is
Yeah.
to just
Yeah, right.
say stuff. He said this week that there is no way the
Fill in the
Cowboys
blank.
could start Tony Romo.
Yeah, right. Okay.
They can't. It's going to divide the
They
locker
can.
room.
They
I like
can.
it.
They could bring
I
him
think
in
he
there.
believes everything he says. I'm pro Skip Bayless.
Do you think it was a bad move, Romo, bringing everybody to his house? He invited everyone over.
Did he do that?
He invited everyone over, and they took pictures, and he has like slides in his.
That's great.
In his
He's
tennis-
gonna have a moment.
It's great. It's awesome. Except I think these guys are like, yeah, he's doing all right. Let's make the young guy rich now. I hope it didn't backfire.
They're like, wow, Tony.
God damn
An
it.
all marble bathroom.
Can you tell me who had the most carries in Green Bay? I think actually Rodgers ran the ball
Don
6
Johnson?
times. Don Johnson.
What's that guy's name? Don somebody?
Aaron Ripkowski. Aaron Ripkowski had like 6 carries, and that was the second most for the Packers next to Aaron Rodgers. He was
do
a
think-
clerk at Kopp's, the frozen custard place in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, and now he's their fullback.
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. I think Rodgers sold out Devontae Adams on that last play. I
did?
do believe that.
Yeah.
But God forbid they had a miscommunication and Rodgers made a mistake.
Right.
Devontae Adams was pretty good in that game.
I had Atlanta. That was my loser, -3, and the 2-point conversion hurt me. But don't you wish you could know when the Packers were going to be bad and when they aren't? Like when they're going to put up 21 points, 24 in the first half. Like you can almost tell immediately in Aaron Rodgers' eyes when he's going to
I mean, he did have 4 TDs.
step up. I know. They were
I
good.
didn't feel like he was that great in that game, though. Partly because I was watching
think
on
they-
my iPhone at my son's baseball game.
I
didn't
they
think
scored a
he
lot
was
in the
that
second
good.
half. Yeah. Denver at Oakland,
Oh, is this Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Hold on, before we do this, I
Go
got to
ahead.
do one quick thing. Sonos. Let's talk about Sonos. It's the smart speaker system that streams all your favorite music to any room or every room. Control your music with one simple app on your phone or iPad or any other device. Fill your home with pure immersive sound. I bet you didn't get Sonos in time for your Halloween
I
party.
didn't have it together. Our
so
friend
how'd you
Tony
play-
was
how'd
going
you
to
play
bring
music?
we were going to do a karaoke thing, and our friend Tony brought a system, and then we just had I had the surround sound going. Well, I don't want
Okay.
to step on your ad here. Sonos is great. I just couldn't get it together.
Well, we need to get you the Sonos
All
for
right.
the next year. Sonos brings your music together in one simple app, all your favorite music devices, including Tony's karaoke machine, and you control everything from the choice of songs to the volume to the rooms. Play your music in any room or every room all at once, or play a different song in the living room, bedroom, even bathroom. Play the same track in every room. How can you have a party without Sonos? Seriously, how? Add your existing music services or discover something new. Go to Sonos.com right now. Did Tony and Corolla ever tape their Loverboy song? Their karaoke Loverboy song, The Kid is Hot Tonight?
No, I don't think they
That's still the
recorded it.
greatest karaoke
that's
performance
good.
I've ever seen. I don't know if Corolla, I don't know, maybe he's almost 50. Is he 50 now?
52 or something.
He's
yeah.
52.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has the same gusto anymore, but I've never seen a better karaoke
Screaming with
performance.
his eyes closed for 6 minutes. Really commits to it.
Oh, man.
Sunday night, Denver at Oakland. This is the game of the week.
It's a great game.
It was also the game I was off by most.
Really? I had the
Yeah.
Raiders by 2.
I had the Raiders by 3.5.
Yeah.
Denver by 1. So you get that, and I think you beat me for the week. Son of a bitch. 10 to 8. Yeah. The last game.
So
doesn't
CJ
matter.
Anderson might be out for the year.
Yeah.
Booker got banged up in yesterday's game. I'm going to watch every play of that game on Sunday night. I really need to watch and examine the Broncos and figure out
Yeah.
what's going on with them.
Well, you know,
Because they keep winning these games. They've been doing it for a couple of years now.
speaking of
Close
Corolla,
games.
I was recording my Facebook Live thing with him yesterday. He jumped in, and he was going on a 10-minute rant about beets, how he likes to eat. I said something about bad beets, and he took this into a story about how when he eats beets, how it changes his bowel movement. So I just had to let him go, and I looked up at the screen, and the Denver game was delayed. I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I'm getting messages like, Wade Phillips is collapsed on the sideline. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. This is a health thing and everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I say, no, he collided with a player out of bounds. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Like, all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, that's great that
It's
a guy,
much better to collide with a player.
250-pound guy
Yeah.
runs 4.3, ran into him. That's so much better. But
I remember maybe 10 years ago, somebody's special teams coach got nailed like that and hit his
Yeah.
head and was like almost died.
right.
Yeah.
Are they
I'm
going to have to
surprised
wear
it doesn't
helmets?
happen more often.
Are they going to have to wear how long?
Coaches with helmets?
How long before the assistants are?
Well,
in
maybe the
helmets?
headsets could be helmets.
Yeah. Or maybe the
Not a terrible
sideline's
idea.
like a beach area with sand, so it doesn't hurt as much.
Does seem like they haven't totally figured out how to make the sidelines safe.
Right.
One of the games I was watching yesterday, somebody got shoved 5 feet after, and it was like he almost hit the ceiling. Oh, it was Edelman. It was Edelman
yeah.
or Amendola, one of those. His head almost hit like the wall, separating the
Right.
fans.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
How about that sex toy getting thrown on the field there?
Amazing. Amazing.
That's how boring these Patriots games are.
So
They have to
good.
spice it up.
So good. The ref kicking it, disgusted ref. It is great.
Usually when there's a dildo in the Patriots game, he's wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. I'm sorry, I had to say it. You know it's true.
Tate's snickering behind me. The best man at my wedding used to call me Bildo.
Oh,
So
really?
it was weird. It was weird
like
to
that.
see. It was weird to see the Bills dildo become the
That's
Bildo.
funny.
Yeah.
Did he throw it possibly?
No, he didn't throw it.
No.
It was Bill Doe, and then it was Sir William Doe. Like I had been knighted in London. So it happens when
Did
you're
you
in high
not
school.
like it at first?
Oh, I loved it the whole time. Yeah,
Okay.
Bill Doe.
All right. Monday night, Buffalo at Seattle. Also a good game.
I do not like the Seahawks team.
Are they the least impressive 4-2-1 team of all time?
They can't block, they can't run, they can't throw. Everything's a chore.
Let's talk about some of the recent worst 4-2-1 teams, and we'll see where Seattle stacks up.
I had the Seahawks by 6 just because of the home
Yeah,
field.
you killed me this week. I had 5 and it's 7. I feel there's a teaser in there somewhere for us, but there's also
I'm not going near Seahawks.
I don't think Seahawks. I don't think Green Bay. I think I like KC a lot, and maybe Minnesota.
I know there's no football trades, and every Monday on the trade deadline, everyone writes their trade deadline trades that should happen. Wouldn't it be more fun if they're trades? Here's 7 guys. Danny Kelly wrote a good one today for The Ringer, the 7 guys who should be traded.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks, in a wide open NFC,
right.
actually should make a trade, and they should get Joe Thomas or Joe Staley. Get one of the Joes.
Oh, yeah.
And give up the
They have to
second-round
protect
pick
that
or
guy
the
better.
yeah. If you make the Super Bowl, it becomes a first-round pick. Whatever it has to be. Like their left tackle, and Wilson's not going to make the season. Like he's going to get hurt.
I think if Rawls was healthy, because they have, they have Kristen Michael who's good, and they have precise, whatever it is. Like I feel like they would be able to trade one of those guys for just what you're talking about, like a good running.
You think Kristen Michael has trade value?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't. Danny Kelly was upset about this, and I don't blame him. I did not. I hate the fade route in general. Mm-hmm. I really hate it when it's to Jermaine Kearse in the corner,
Right.
with my injured quarterback who has 5 injuries.
Right.
I just don't like anything about that. I think you have to go over the middle on that play, and you have to run a pick player. The only time that ever works is the over the middle guy who's jumping in
Right.
between 3 guys, right? The fade route.
Right.
What are the odds
I'm
of that
just
working?
laughing that a Patriot fan likes when Seattle throws over the middle. Yeah, of course, it makes sense. You won the Super Bowl that way.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying past the 10, when
I
it's like
gotcha.
12
No, I
yards
know,
and
I know.
longer, I think you have to go over the middle.
He's running for his life. He's in a tough spot.
Let me see.
So
Do
you
we-
win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Wow.
I have one more thing for us to
11,
cover.
8. Yeah. Simmons storming back. What's our
Mondays
record
have really helped. I've won 3 in a
3
row.
and 2 now. Yeah, you
We
did
have
win 3 in a
ties.
row. Yeah.
These ties with the NFL are hilarious. So good.
There was almost 2 more.
I know.
right? Yeah, the Raiders could have been a tie. The Cowboys could have been a tie. That Bengals game was good.
I wanted Angelina Jolie's brother to tweet how much he loves all these ties.
Like kissing your sister.
Yeah. Last thing, MVP odds.
Oh yeah.
Tate doesn't know. I'm going to ask Tate. Who do you think the MVP favorite is right now? Yeah,
Is it Brady?
it's Tom Brady.
Jeez.
Not only
it
is it
was
Tom
last week
Brady,
too, right? Wasn't
right.
it?
Not
Yeah.
only is it Tom Brady, but now he's plus 140, and Matt Ryan is plus 300. And if you go down the list, it's really hard to come up with other candidates. I mean,
Zeke Elliott, 12-1. Why not? Why wouldn't
I
he
don't
be?
because I don't think he has the touchdowns. Like if he was actually putting the ball in the end zone and there was
Yeah.
more of a statistical case, the most interesting long shot one is Derek Carr, 20-1.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
20-1 is pretty good.
He was
He
impressive.
could end up with like 4,500 yards. He's won all these games at the end, but
right.
you know, if Brady goes 11-1 or 12-0 and he's on pace now for 4,000 yards, 36 TDs and 0 picks, which is obviously he's not going to finish that way. But if they go 11-1 or 12-0 and they're a 1 seed, would you give him the MVP?
Yeah, I think so.
So why don't we bet on
I
it?
hate it. Don't we have it? We don't have it?
We have no, I don't think we have it.
Oh, we have well, what we have is like the Patriots to go 8-4 or better when he's back.
Yeah.
With Arizona to not make the playoffs.
Oh, we're gonna win that.
That's a win. Yeah, that's finally.
Well, Hillary's minus 325.
We have a lot on Hillary.
Brady
You're
is
not
plus
worried about
140.
this witch hunt? Like they might get her on something. They really might.
Vegas knows. If Vegas has their 3-1 still, I trust Vegas.
I don't trust Vegas.
Minus 325 is basically the equivalent of the Cowboys losing to the Browns this week. Could the Browns beat the Cowboys?
No, that's high. That would be higher. Isn't that minus 600? Won't that be minus?
All right, so it's the equivalent of the Packers losing to the Colts. Oh, now I'm nervous. Andrew Luck beating the Packers.
We should be nervous. Every day it's something different with this dumb election.
Well, the FBI, there's a specific rule that the FBI couldn't release anything that could affect the election within 4 months. The guy did it 11 days for the election.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not playing by the rules, huh?
Doesn't seem like it. I'm really excited for the cigarette tax to go in effect. It's like an extra $2.
Yeah.
Let's tax the smokers. Put it toward potholes in schools.
You're a smoker. You're a
No,
Vegas smoker.
I'm a
In
Vegas smoker. But you know what? I should feel more guilty when I buy cigarettes. Make them like $50 a pack. I should really have to think about it.
You realize how
It's like
much this is going to cost you if we're at Caesar's Palace? Like
That's fine.
6 in the morning when
It's
they're
like $20 anyway.
They're vacuuming around you and you're playing blackjack.
Oh, man. Those days got to end. What do you got to plug?
Cousin Sal, sure thing. I was 2-1 last week, 9-3
Wow.
in October.
Nice.
And tune in Friday. There's a new prop bet. You can win $1,000. We had a prop bet last week. What will the attendance be at Wembley Stadium for Skins Bengals? Someone guessed within one, 84,488.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of nutcases out there. Jimmy Kimmel Live, we have our Halloween extravaganza tonight. Kathy Griffin, Jacob Tremblay, Jake Gyllenhaal later in the week, Hallie Steinfeld, Jessica Chastain, and Khloe Kardashian. There you go.
You have the, when is the Halloween pranks running?
That's tomorrow. Yeah, that'll be on tomorrow. I shoot that tonight. We do hidden camera trick-or-treating with the kids, and I give them weird stuff like, I don't even know.
Razors?
Like chocolate-covered shrimp and razors.
Chocolate-covered shrimp?
Yeah.
When is the one run where they steal the Halloween candy from the kids?
That's also tomorrow.
That's tomorrow?
Yeah. Big night
Amazing.
on Kimmel tomorrow.
I can't tell you how much the Simmons kids love those.
Oh, good.
Love those ones.
Yeah,
They love
that's
all the Halloween
polarizing.
pranks.
There's some people that say Jimmy
it's
should
too
go to
mean?
jail for that. And
Well, he should go to jail,
He
just
probably
not
should
for
go to
that.
jail.
Just not for that. Cuz, as always, good job by you.
Good job by you, Billy.
Anytime y'all want to see me again, rewind this track right here, close your eyes, and picture me rolling.
All right, thanks to Don Julio, the world's original handcrafted tequila. With the holidays coming up, buy a friend a nice bottle of Don Julio. Thanks to Sling TV, the best way to watch live TV on your favorite device. With Sling Orange service, pay just $20 a month and get ESPN, ESPN2, and more top channels. Add the Sports Extra for just $5 for the SEC network and more. Start watching for 7 days free at sling.com/Bill Simmons. Restrictions do apply. Thanks to Sonos, the smart speaker system that streams all your favorite music to any room or every room. Control your music with one simple app and fill your home with pure immersive sound. Add your existing music services or discover something new. Go to Sonos.com right now. Thanks to HBO. Thanks to The Ringer. We're back later in the week, and on Friday's podcast, we're going to debut our new music, our new theme song, and our new outro for season 2, belatedly, of the BS podcast.